Welcome, 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 my friends. How are you all doing? Welcome back to
Yes,
Wind Down Wednesday. Y'all know it's Wednesday, and y'all know you see the smiles on the faces because it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And you know
yes.
how we do it. We like to have fun. We laugh, we talk, we cry, we do all of it. And we just got
Hey,
to laughing
hey,
right before we
the
came
fun,
on.
right? The funniness is the off-camera stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can't share everything, but we can share some things. Let me let
That's
you
right.
know. So we appreciate you all for tuning in. Thanks for watching. But welcome back to Wind Down Wednesday. And y'all know who I am. I'm Sandy. I'm sitting here with my girl.
Hey, it's Shanice. Y'all know what we do every single Wednesday. It's Hum Day. It's Wind Down Wednesday. The middle of the week is going down. So I hope everybody's been doing great. Um, let's just go ahead and ask you, how was your week?
Well, my week was in spite of all of the stuff that I've gone through in the last 2 3 weeks, my week has been gradually getting back to somewhat normal, but not really normal because there's some things that we're still dealing with,
Dealing with.
trying to handle and trying to face and accepting and realizing that there's some so it's still a process that continues to happen, and every time you turn around something else is happening or you get
You know it.
something else. So other than that, my week has been, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. It's been wonderful. My birthday was Saturday, and I had
Yeah.
a marvelous time because I believe by any means necessary, I celebrate life. Although we celebrate every day of the week, 365, 247, we do. I just enjoy celebrating life to the fullest. So my birthday was Saturday, 57, and my quote for this year is built to last, so 57 and built to last. So that's what's going on, B.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming in. Yes.
So,
Yes. Happy belated birthday, honey. And it's the stress that was on your face at first is now subsided because you were a little worried there, a little concerned about how this party was
yes,
going to turn out without your fingers in it.
exactly.
And your face, you sings a different tune today.
It was, how I am. It's, and I think most
Yes.
people know how I am. It's very difficult for me to sit back and just
And chill.
absolutely not do nothing. I mean, nothing. Even on that day, I even tried to like clean up and pick up some things. I can't sit down and be still. It was like, what are you doing? Go over there and sit
Right.
down. This is your day. I got
Learn
this.
this new behavior.
Woo, baby.
Chill.
Let me tell you, it was rough. It was rough. Thanks, B Fry. B Fry said happy birthday. I appreciate it. But it was just like hard for me to sit back and not do absolutely nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I have never in my life. First of all, let me say, I don't think this is the first time anybody has ever like given me a full-fledged birthday party where I just sat back and did nothing. Ever.
That's, that's what's up.
Ever. I mean, just sat back and just absolutely did nothing. Nothing. I mean, I say I didn't do nothing. I showed up.
And smile. That's it.
That's it. Walked through the place, doing what I do. You know, didn't have no particular song or anything, but I just walked in the place, just being happy. So it was
Yeah.
a great week, great weekend. We had a great time. Hate y'all missed it, but I understand. Brother said y'all had something to do. Get it. Everybody
Yeah.
can't be everywhere all the time. So, how was your week?
It's been very swift. Can't complain. I'm loving the sunlight hours. It's not dark out, so you don't feel as gloomy. I'm still kind of tired. Oh, excuse me, sleepy today, but the week's going well. I cannot complain. The closer we are to school being out, the more excited I get. So spring's here. Spring has sprung to a
Yes.
degree. So I'm loving the warmness. I'm loving the sun. I'm loving seeing the flowers bloom. So my weight has been going good. No complaints. Family's well. Nobody's sick.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their mental strength, their mental health. So So yeah,
which is a
I'm
blessing.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited.
blessing.
So now, since that happened, and you done sat back, what you think? You think they'll be able to do this again? You'll
Well,
let them do it again?
I would let him do it again. You know,
Okay.
I would allow him to do it again. I mean, anything. You know, at this point, you know, because when it's a birthday or when it's any kind of celebration, if somebody just want to celebrate, help you celebrate life, it's like, can you sit back and allow them to do it without doing anything? So, you know how it is, and I know how it is. They got to prove themselves to you in order for you to say you would do it again,
Okay.
you
Yep.
know, or allow it to happen again. So will I allow him to do that again? Yes, I will allow him to plan another party or another celebration or another event or
Pass
whatever.
the test. That's what's up.
He did a good job. I must say he did a good job. Kudos, kudos, kudos. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, Robert.
What's happening? What's happening? So kudos to him for putting on a marvelous birthday event for myself and my friends. So it was great. You know, he did a wonderful job. So yeah, I'll let him do it
Go
again.
ahead. All right now.
I'll let him do it again. But the
the
thing
begin
about it
the
is, you know
beginning
how
of
it is.
many
You
the
gotta top
beginning of many first.
right. You gotta top this one though. You know, you gotta top the one that you did, because if this was your best, then you gotta keep going. You gotta make sure you keep doing better and better and better. You know, just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So we'll see.
I mean,
We'll
rightfully so. It makes sense.
we'll see. So, you know, it was great. The weekend was good. But I'm like you, spring is here, spring has come, the sun is shining, days are longer with the sunlight, and I love that.
Yes.
It makes people happy. The unfortunate piece, crime goes up. People have a tendency to drive crazy, you know, so, you know, tops down, music blasting, you know, driving fast, you know, thank you, Beef Fry. That's what we try to do.
Hey, we keep the 1,000. We can't help ourselves.
We do, we do. But you know how it is. So it's like I love this time of year, you know. But you know, I was getting ready to go walk today and get my exercise in, and the freaking storm came.
I know. That was so crazy. He said, keep it
Yes.
motivated. That's your end.
Yep, and I think I agree with that. I think and it goes both ways. I think when you're in a relationship, you have to keep each other motivated.
For
You know,
sure.
when one is down, the other one has to lift the other individual up. You know, but then there are times you got to motivate each other at the same time. So
Yeah.
I agree with you, B Fry. What's
Hey,
going on,
Tracy. Thanks
Tracy?
for coming in.
Coming in. We've been missing you, girlfriend.
I
But
like that hat. That hat.
I
I
do
like her
too. I
picture. Her
love that
picture's
hat.
cute.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think in a relationship, you do have to keep each other motivated. And the question is, since we own it, then how is that? How do you keep each other motivated when you're in a relationship? Because some days we know it's harder than others. It's
That's for
easier
sure.
said than done, but it's harder than others. And this is my thing with that, B Fry. You cannot always depend on your woman to keep you motivated or the whole relationship motivated. What role would the man play on keeping everything motivated, and what role would the woman play with keeping everything motivated? So that's my
I think it's kind of like what you said in the beginning. Like it's not. I don't think it's specific category. It's just like if the trash is full, take it out. Don't say, hey, we're gonna wait for your brother to take it out, or we're gonna wait for dad to take it out. Just freaking take it out. I don't think it's a gender role. I just think it just depends on if you down and I can lift you up, then that's what I do,
right,
and if vice versa, if I'm down and you can lift me up, then if I can meet the need, just meet the needs, depending on the situation. So I mean, I just think you should always have that mindset that, you know, I'm not gonna always be up, or I'm not gonna always be down either.
right. Uh, correct. You got to have these conversations, and you
Yeah,
got to have, and that's what we say all the time. Conversations are key, but when we're talking about, because we know it can be in a relationship, things can become overwhelming, demanding,
stale,
yeah, stale.
routine.
So to keep that motivation, like you said earlier, B
I'm
Fry,
getting motivated
you
right
gotta
now.
keep them motivated. Motivated in what way? What's going on?
Hey,
Hey,
AJ.
thanks for tuning in. Because at the end of the day, should you be the one that's always making the plans? should the woman always be the one making the plans, or should the man be always the one that makes the plan? Who's keeping the fire burning, and who's keeping both motivated? Because if I ain't motivated, then who's gonna be motivated in the relationship?
Right. We can't always be everything, right? It's just like perspective, like how they say women is from men is from Mars, or women's from Venus. How they receive things is different. How we receive things is different. It's just like when you talk about the love languages, for example, like yours may be touch, his may be affirmations. You gotta, say positive, nice,
Right.
sweet things to him.
Right.
So it just depends on, I don't think it's one person's role. I just think that if buying flowers is what he does, that's just what he does. Like, and if you don't like flowers, then you probably should vocalize that and come up with a solution together where it's gonna work for both of you. But if he's a giver, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to take, not necessarily take over that rule, but if that's not your thing, it's not your thing. Like,
Right.
stay in your lane. What you do works. That's perfect. Unless you're having a conversation, say, I feel like I do more than you do. So, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's kind of try to adjust it. But it's not you do this, then I'm gonna do something. Then you do something, then I'm gonna do something. It's not a tick for tat thing.
Right. And I think too, it's like if you know he or she has a niche for, say he does like giving you flowers, or he does like bringing you candy or perfume or a piece of jewelry here or there, and you sometimes think that it's like, okay, this enough is enough. We got to, my whole thing is, don't stop that individual for doing for you, because you don't want to tell them to stop doing it. You want them to continue to do something for you, because when they stop doing it, then you're gonna be wondering why. Wonder why they stopped doing that, and then you didn't have that conversation in the first place. You didn't talk about it in the first place. It was never discussed, because if his way or her way of motivating you and keeping the relationship going in the right direction is buying you those flowers, or buying you a t-shirt with some positive affirmations on it, then okay, so be it. Does it have to be all the time? No. Can it be sometime? Yes, you got to, but there's ways that you got to figure out, how do you keep the relationship motivated and moving in the right direction? Because like you said, it can get stale.
Right.
So I motivate him to throw me another elaborate birthday party next year.
You may not have to. It may just be something that he wants to do. And that's the thing too. And that's what I hate, is because a lot of times when you got to prompt the person to do it, it's not really coming from the heart.
Right.
Like, if you're a person that like to give gifts, and that's fine. But if there's a gift that you have given, and it's caused some friction or some chaos or some confusion to the person or some hurt to the person that you're giving to, then you really need to allow that person to explain where they're coming from. Not just, like you said, oh, I used to give you gifts, well, you complain now, I ain't doing nothing. Like, no, you have to come to some type of understanding why the person is feeling this way. Why they're hurt, or why they don't want to receive this gift, or why, this gift triggers something else. Those are conversations you have to have. You can't assume. It's just like, if I gave somebody flowers every day and they're allergic to flowers and they hate flowers, but they don't ever tell me that, I'm gonna keep giving them flowers.
Exactly.
But if you say, hey, it's not that I don't like that you're giving me gifts, it's how you going about it, or it's that you're giving me flowers, I'm allergic. If you gave me candy, or if you bought me a candle, you know what I mean? Like, you have to talk. You have to have that conversation.
Right. And I used to say all the time, who motivates the motivator? Because there's a motivator, but who motivates the motivator? How does the motivator get motivated? I know that's a tongue twister for everybody.
Say it 3 times.
Right. Who motivates? You have the individual in that relationship that's always the motivator. Who motivates that individual? How do you motivate that person that's always the motivator?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
what do you do? Because and
but are they speaking up and saying, hey, I feel like I'm always the one? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they speaking up and saying that, or are they just, that's just my role. I'm not gonna say nothing. That's what I do.
Well,
And be like,
sometimes,
dang, I'm tired of always being the one. I'm tired of
right,
always being the one they carrying that, but they're not saying anything.
right.
You know, it's different.
And then if they do say something and nothing changes, but the motivator is still trying to motivate, be the motivator in the relationship, then at what point do they stop being the motivator? I mean, because that's what you don't want. You don't want to stop being the motivator in the relationship, because there is no telling what may happen.
Well,
But
and we all get tired. We all get burnt out, you know, of playing the superhero all the time or playing that role all the time. Like, you know, you have to kind of just balance, and that's what relationship is about, balance. You know, when when you bring something good to the table, I bring something good to the table. We can't, you know, we're not gonna both bring the same thing to the table, but sometimes there's a period where you have to make adjustments, and that's, you know, that's life. Period. You know,
yeah,
things happen. A storm happened. You said it rained. We seen it rain earlier today. Do I have an umbrella in my car? Oh, now 5 minutes later, the sun is out. Do I got my sunshades? You know, you just gotta adjust what's happening, but you have to express how you're feeling in that adjustment.
you do. And well said. It doesn't get adjustments, and then there's another. You have to. Oh, what is it? You have to. Oh, shoot, I can't even think of the word now. But it's,
Not go with the flow.
yeah, it'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah,
But
you thinking about too hard.
yeah, you do have to make those adjustments, and it's unfortunate. Here we go again. It's almost like making an adjustment is still being the motivator. Because if you are the one that's willing to make the adjustments and that other person isn't, but you're the one that's always being the motivator in the relationship, then how do you uh, come to some compromise? That's my word. How do you come to a compromise? You're always compromising, but it's compromise and motivation and adjustments. How do they play a role with each other? Are they all the same? Is it different? Yes, I believe they are different, but we all have to compromise with something, not just relationships or with life. We have to make adjustments with life, but that's a part of living. But
It is.
when you're with somebody and you're in that deep in it, or seeing somebody or married or whatever it may be, you got to compromise, make adjustments, and you got to keep motivated. But who motivates the motivator? I'm still gonna say,
You're
who
right. I
motivates
mean, and
the
I
motivator?
definitely feel you. I definitely feel you on that question and having that conversation, because I'm the oldest, you know, of four. And so I get exhausted, you know, always being the bigger person and always giving the advice and always being the mother, you know what I mean, of the situation. It's tiring. Sometimes I just gotta step back, like I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
You know, and so sometimes you just gotta throw your hands and say, I can't do this no more, you know. But for the most part, I try to converse and communicate that, but it's not you know, a lot of times it's easier said than done. It's not
Absolutely.
understood, you know, it's
Right.
not understood. And so then sometimes there are periods where I just go right back into my role again, because that's just how God built me, you know.
Exactly.
Sometimes that's what the conclusion you gotta come to, like, okay, God, I'm sick of this. I'm tired. Like, you know, help me to arrange it where I can do something different,
Yeah.
or be there and on a different scale. And so,
Right.
you know, those doors will begin to open up and you'll have to walk through those doors. You can't continue to walk through the same doors and get different results.
Nope.
And so, you know, I am a older sibling, but I just do things differently, and I do them on my terms and, you know, on my time, instead of feeling like, oh, I got to because I've always had to. Like,
Right.
no.
Right.
So I mean, it's an adjustment.
It is, and it's an adjustment. I mean, that's just like, that's with anything. Like I said earlier, that's what
Yeah.
life is. It's the unfortunate piece. It's a part of relationships and too. So relationships, we have to
Any
make those.
relationship, to be quite
Yes.
honest, you know, with
Yes.
siblings, with friends, with whoever. I mean, because, you know, we don't all lost somebody, and you don't wake up that day and think you're gonna lose, you know, the person you're in a relationship, whether it's a sibling or whether it's a friend or whoever it
Right.
is. You know,
Right.
changes the dynamic of how you live your life and how you operate through life and how you view life now. You know,
Exactly.
hopefully it's like, okay, dang, I could be the next one. So let me prioritize some things. Let me enjoy every moment. Let me look at this thing differently, you know. And so those are the adjustments that happen in our life, period, no matter what relationship you're in.
No matter what. I mean, and it's going to continue to happen as long as we are alive on this earth. You know,
For
those things
sure.
are going to continue to happen. But the question is, you know, if you get burnt out, if you get stale, what, you know, how do you maintain it? What do you do? You know, do you give up? Do you quit? No, I would hope not. I would pray that, you know, you continue to go by any means necessary and continue to do what you need to do. You know, but like you said earlier, there's some things that you got to pray about. You know, you got to make sure we always say it in here, you got to keep God in the midst of it all. So at the end
Listen,
of the day, that's really what it's all about.
for
As far
sure.
as I'm
Because
concerned,
anybody will go crazy if
because
not.
exactly. And if you really want to know who the motivator is, he really is the motivator.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
really want to know.
Always apply to that.
You hear me? He really is the motivator.
Yes, that's the
That's right.
foundation. That's everything. Yes, for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. So I got a question. I got something. Let's see. Secrets.
Secrets?
Secrets.
Mm,
Secrets. If somebody comes to you with a secret, I
hmm
mean a secret, and it's critical.
Ooh.
Do you talk to somebody else about it? Do you keep it to yourself and figure out how you're going to deal with it, or what you're going to do about it? Because if that secret may be, I'm going to go deep.
Yes,
It could
please.
be, it really could be a life or death secret. What
Ooh.
would you do?
Ooh.
Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, and here's what I don't like. If somebody comes to you and say, don't tell, don't tell, but I'm telling you, but don't tell nobody. Do you consider that a secret?
Yes. If this person has given you some information, and it may not be of no importance to you, but it may be the world to them. You don't know, you know. Um,
I'm gonna go deeper.
yes, she will, Tracy. You already know she will. You ain't even gotta ask for it. I just feel like if that's something that they don't want someone else to know, if they're sharing that with you, that is private. You know, again, it does kind of depend on the situation. If it's, you know, I don't know. I just think you shouldn't tell. If they say don't tell, I don't think you should, because I mean, we all got secrets, or we all got something we don't want everybody to know. You know, that's personal, and maybe the person that we share that with, or that happened with, you know, they might have been with us. Maybe they'll respect our relationship and say, okay, she didn't want me to share that, so I just won't. I'll take that to the grave with me, you know. But you got some people that can't help themselves. You tell them
They
not to,
cannot.
and they're
They
like, baby,
absolutely.
listen, I got some tea. I got to tell you
They
that Malik's sister-in-law, baby cousin, she da 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 da. They can't help it. Flowing at the mouth.
flowing out like water. You know, it's like okay. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Now, this is not anything that I know factually, or you know, but I do know.
She's making a scenario of people. It's
I'm
not,
making
don't
a
call her,
scenario
text
up.
her, messenger. It's not real.
But
Okay,
see,
Tracy.
and
Right.
my thing is it's a matter of, for that individual telling you that, Tracy, it's a matter of trust. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of trust, that they're trusting you to hold on to what they're telling you and not disclose that information to anyone.
One.
I mean, anyone.
Hmm.
So how would you handle it? I mean, because there's a lot of times we do get into conversations with individuals and they will say, don't tell nobody.
Right. Right. And a lot of times, a lot of times we wish it don't happen like this. It's not realistic. A lot of times I wish you would lead with that. Don't tell nobody. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Before you tell me this, is this something that you know that I ain't gonna say something about, or is this something that is a possibility that you put me in the middle of something that I might have to speak up eventually if this person asks me about it? Because I'm not gonna lie. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, can you lead off with that instead of saying blah 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 and hey, don't tell nobody. Can we lead off with that instead? I mean, it doesn't happen, but just saying.
Yeah, because that's the first thing they'll say. You can't tell nobody I told you. And then blurt it out anyway. There are times where you may not even get the opportunity to say, hold up, don't say it. It's coming right out like water, which is the unfortunate piece. But if it's because there are situations we've all been in, and I know we have, there are things that I know right now about individuals. I will not. Will not.
Can't say nothing.
I will not. I'm going to give you a scenario. This is just hypothetically speaking.
Oh Lord.
This is nothing that that actually happened. So I'm gonna give you, and it's something
that's our disclaimer. It did not actually happen.
It did not happen. It did not happen. Not. So we
and if it did happen and you want to share it, don't do it. Don't share it. Right. We don't want to know. We don't want to know.
We're all hanging out. We're all together, and then in walks an individual who is just handsome, just as you can slap them up with a biscuit. And what's going on, Angel?
Hey, Angel.
Angel said she's taking it to the grave, to death do us part.
I know that's right.
What real friends. That's what a real friend will do, and that's what real friends are. Mm-hmm. They will take it to the grave. So we out kicking it, and we having a great time. And I think my friends know how I am, because I'm like you. Don't pull me in it if you don't want me. But which is going to be very difficult, because now you done pull me in it. Now I got to do like Angel said, take it to the grave.
Yep.
Because you're trusting me to hold on to that and not say anything. So we're out kicking it and having a good time. In walks this luscious man, and he's digging you and you're digging him. The bad thing about it is both have lives, both are married, but say they both go missing, but you know where they are. Your girl told you where she was going and what she was about to do and blah, 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 blah. So she's gone for an hour and she comes back. She tends to tell you the story, what took place, what happened, and blah, blah, blah. But you better not tell nobody. Now you done put yourself in a situation. She done put you in a situation, and vice versa. Maybe he told his boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in a situation where something inappropriate took place, and it wasn't supposed to happen, and they done put you in the midst of it. Now, all of a sudden, since this happened, she pregnant.
Whew.
Now you're married. He married.
It sounds like a little Maury visit, but Maury retiring, so I don't know what to tell you, sis.
But you ain't telling nobody.
No,
you ain't telling nobody. You done told your girlfriend, because your girlfriend knew what night it happened, what took place. But you got a husband too.
She was with you when it happened, so
right. Now, this is a life or death situation. It's just hypothetically speaking, people. This ain't really what happened. This ain't really what happened.
Right. Angel said, damn, I know, right? I think we may all know one of these.
So, my thing is, now I ain't never had no friends that did that. That ain't never happened to me in my life. But hypothetically saying, secrets. Would you be able to hold on to that secret? Would you be able to take that secret to your grave? And I'm about to throw another wrench in.
And I was about to say, because I'm going to throw a wrench up in there. I was ready to throw a wrench up in there.
What happens if that friendship is dissolved by something, not what happened that night, but what happens if the friendship between you and her dissolved? Are you still able to keep that secret?
And not even that. Let me throw something else in there. And the actual child's father passed away.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's even, how would you tell? And wait, when going back to what you said, Angel, she better have sex with her husband. She's always having sex with her husband.
Right. So basically she don't know who the daddy is, you know, and so hey, Marquis said he tell her he petty. So that means you lied. You said you weren't gonna say nothing.
Right, but you said it's a secret, cousin. What's up, Mark? Mark, thanks for tuning in from Florida. It's a secret, cousin.
And you
It's
said
a
you weren't gonna tell, and you promised you weren't gonna tell.
What's up, Doreen? Doreen said he'll be
Be uncle.
he died, Doreen. The uncle died. The uncle died. But wait a minute. How is he gonna be an uncle when you only met him that night? I mean, how?
Milkman. He said, I'm still telling.
Still telling. I'm like, but then
right now, this kid is old enough to be asking, like, you know, about their dad, and you know, they ain't looking like the guy, and they're like, wait a minute, hold on, what's up?
Now, because you put this, it's a secret. That person, you know what happened. You know when it happened. You know what took place.
Yes.
You know that there was no connection between nobody. None. Nobody at all. There was no connection. None whatsoever. So the question is, would you still say anything about it? Just because the father is dead and gone.
She said she better take me out for drinks.
It could be a lie. It could be. It could really be
exactly. And that's why I added the twist. Exactly, Tracy. Yes.
It could really be. I mean, but which adds more to the scenario.
Story. Yeah.
But if the dad is no longer on this earth, or the mother is no longer, it could go either way. How would you handle it, knowing, because you done followed this story the whole way? You're the friend. You are the friend that know what happened. Secrets. How are you at keeping secrets? If your friend is entrusting you not to tell, not one iota, because they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were going to do, and they intentionally did it. Are you intentionally going to tell their business? Are you going to keep that secret to yourself?
And then, in picking that, which one you're going to do, where does that make you? What does that put you? Because I mean, you might as well basically have been standing in the room when everything went down, because that's basically what the situation is.
Because your friend trusts you. I mean, seriously, your friend trusts you. That's your ride or die. I mean, honestly, that's your girl, that's your boy. Are you gonna tell? That baby is gonna grow up thinking that
one thing
is his daddy.
Yep.
Yep, I am. That's right.
I know that's right. That's right, Tracy.
But see, we know that's what happens. They pull you in on some nonsense when they shouldn't have never pulled you in the first place.
Yeah.
The intentions were wrong in the first place, but they pulled you in on it. Since it's hypothetical, I'm still telling. Mark say he's
we got you. We got it. You snitching. Yeah, we got you.
Then, but see, here we go again. Let's throw something else. Tell the child when he turns 25. And see, now when you do that, that may hold.
So now they're gonna be resentful, because they're like, you could have been told me.
Exactly.
So it's like catch-22. Like, it's messed up if you say something. It's messed up if you don't say something.
Right.
It's all around messed up.
Is if what happens if this causes, now that's your dog, your ride or die. Y'all been with each other since childhood. If the daddy died, what about life insurance? What about it? Because they don't. He don't know.
Right.
He don't
It's a
know
whole big mess.
because
It's
she
a
kept
whole
it
big.
secret and you kept it with her.
Yeah.
You didn't tell. She didn't tell. Nobody told nobody. So there is no life insurance. He probably didn't. But the question is too. Let's throw something else in the scenario. Did the man that you slept with even know?
Okay.
Did he even know?
Right.
Did you tell? Because
Or
now
did you play along? Did you play
you
along like
slept
it
with
was
him
your
one
husband?
time. Because we already know it take one time that you can get pregnant. Yeah, just one
For
time.
sure.
Right.
For sure.
That one time she got pregnant. How would you keep that secret? Would you keep the secret? Would you?
Write it down in your journal that where it's written. All right, Doreen.
Yep.
Yeah, you better keep a tie on that journal.
But
That's all I'm saying.
Right. Would you keep a secret? Would you keep that secret? Because at the end of the day, say, let's show Tracy, your ride or die should know you well enough not to get you in that mess. Well, sometimes
we straight gonna fall out. Yeah.
Yep.
And you said that y'all fell out. So you said that y'all fell out. Y'all fell out. So are you still gonna keep it a secret because y'all ain't friends no more? So you gonna keep it.
So you keep that secret, or do you what you do? Angel said if she fall out with her friend, she gonna keep the secret because Angel and Tracy said they have been in that situation before. So the question is, did you keep the secret? You know, if you kept that secret then, that means you're gonna keep it now. Because at the end of the day, you ain't friends no more.
Right.
It could be a life or death. Doreen says she keeping it, and it could be a life or death. That man could be angry, upset, and come and do something to the wife, the husband, the son, whatever, and vice versa.
Because if he even knew, or if she even knew.
Exactly. Holding and for her keeping it in, taking, not telling, not sharing, nothing. Secrets. How good at you are keeping secrets? How good are you at it? I'm telling you, Angel said, I know all the bodies are buried. See what I'm saying? I'm going to keep the secret, but your man is going to want to know what happened between us, but you keep lying. The whole thing about it is, if her husband came to you, what story?
And ask him straight up. Are you going to say something?
You going to tell him? What story you going to tell him? If he comes to you and
directly,
say, Tracy, hey, Angel, I need to know what happened to you all. Why aren't you all friends? Because y'all were cool. That was
tight.
Right. Each other's wedding. We raised our kids together. What happened?
Yep.
What you gonna say?
Ask her. I like you, Tracy.
She said I wouldn't say secret.
Secret, keeping it confidential.
But
that's the secret.
Angel says she still ain't telling. Life or death. Hey, see, Mark, I love your wife because she ain't telling. Most women
are different than men. We different. Yes.
And my thing is, Tracy said ask her, but at the end of the day, he's been asking her and she's still not telling him the truth. So he decided to come to you for the truth to see what you would say. All she said, he don't know it wasn't on her. That's good enough. So that means you ain't telling the secret then.
Yep. That just mean that it just didn't work out. We ain't friends, and that's that.
Exactly. We fell out, and but the question, here we go again. Would you lie and say it was something else? You won't tell that secret, but would you lie?
Would you make up something else?
Would you make up something else? Or would you just say, hey, it's just done. We're not friends anymore. Let's just keep it moving. Yep. See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not breaking up no happy. Tracy said, I ain't breaking up no happy home. Right.
Because at the end of the day, I'm like,
that's her mess.
Yep.
That ain't my mess.
Because that is something serious. That is and it can be a life or death situation.
It really, yes.
Because you get caught up in
It's heartbreaking.
Oh
You
my
know, it's
Lord.
heartbreaking in itself. And then just thinking about the kid, like, man, you know, your mind go back because that just was a selfish act that happened that didn't have to happen.
Tracy says she just gonna say it's a difference of opinion. And it didn't work out, and we couldn't come.
And clearly, that's not a lie. When she said difference of opinion, that's the truth.
We couldn't come to an agreement, and it is what it is.
Didn't work. Yeah.
Our friendship is gone. It's over. It's null and void. I mean, the years was great while it lasted, but you know, okay, let's throw another monkey wrench. What if the happy home is not a happy home? Would you help continue to destroy the unhappy home? If he still came to you and asked you, would you say something if you know the house is not?
Tracy, that's old school, baby. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
It's gonna be exposed, but we're gonna let somebody else take care of that. We'll let the Lord take care of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mark, because at the end of the day, something major. Something that major. Because you were there the night it happened. You were there when she was gone for an hour, or he was gone for an hour.
And you know where they went.
And you know where they went. And you know what took place because she told you or he told you, you know, because boys go out and they hang out in clubs and men do things, and you know, women go out and hang out in clubs and women do things. So knowing that took place and knowing how it happened, would you really, because it could be a life or death. It could be that happy home is not a happy home anymore. Years down the road, would you still put that information out there? It wasn't happy for a while, hence the reason why.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Maybe not.
Because not being happy doesn't require you to cheat either.
Tracy says, see, the reason why you don't tell is because there are some things in marriage that people get over and excuse. And if this baby is not a deal breaker for him and he stays with her, they're going to be pissed at you. And both of them are going to stop speaking to you. Well, yeah, and that makes sense. And I've had a situation where you try to be honest and, you know what I mean, speak up on it, and the person got offended at you. They mad at you because you trying to, do the right thing and tell the truth, but it's sometimes it's just not your place. It never works out how you think it's going to.
Right. And here is my thing. This is me before it even start. This is me before it even start. If I'm your friend, I'm gonna try to prevent you from doing that, making that mistake, going around the corner, doing whatever, because you're gonna tell me what you're about to do. Because my friends, we believe in what
you gotta be accountability.
You gotta tell them where you're going, what you're doing. Tracy said she gonna mind her business. At the end of the day,
that's right. And you are gone for that hour, girl. I know you was gone. I don't want to know nothing, and we're just gonna leave it at that. So that therefore, when questions come, I really don't know nothing.
Right.
Because she's gone, but I don't know what happened, and I don't care what happened. You need to clear that with her.
Because my thing is, if you my girl and we out chilling and we kicking it, I don't care how luscious he looks. You know, I don't care.
You're not gonna do that anyway.
He coming on real strong, and you're right. It's not my business to tell, but it is my business to prevent you from going around that corner, going wherever in that car in the back parking lot.
Yeah, and it is my business to say, respect me enough as your friend to not do that around me. Like, you might get down like that, and you know we're friends, and I don't get down like that. So say that for when you were by yourself.
Right. Because
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put that on my shoulders.
We gonna laugh and have fun and dance and act silly. He may be fine as wine. He buying everybody drinks. We may even get a little bit tipsy. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let my friend.
I'm holding your hand, and we begin in the same car we got out of together.
You're not going to that bathroom to get a cookie. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen.
No, ma'am. We're not doing that.
No, it's not
putting it on. You're not putting that on my heart. You're not putting that on my soul. You're not putting that. We're not doing that.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to prevent this from happening. I'm gonna do my best to prevent it from happening.
Now, when you go home or when I drop you off to your car and you decide, then I don't know nothing about it.
Tracy, you right. If the husband is your friend,
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. You're right.
Exactly, Angel. That's what I just said. Because that's the ultimate betrayal, and you're in the middle on both ends, and I'm not about to be in the middle on no end. No.
But I'm not gonna let you do that. Now we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna kick it, and we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna do whatever, and he can buy you a drink, me a drink, and everybody else.
It's gonna be silly, but yes.
That's it. I am not going to allow my friend to put me in a situation where it could possibly be a life or death situation. Somebody could die if this.
I will have no parts.
Somebody could
participating.
Get a beat down, a real serious beat down for allowing this to take place. And then here you are in the middle of it. It's a big old mess.
Your life will beat you down because there's always consequences. Nothing is done in the dark. Everything is seen. And so, yeah, you may be months to work for now, but eventually that thing gonna blow open. And when it does, it's gonna splatter and it's gonna get on you. And I would rather not. I would rather it not.
And you held on to that secret. You held on to that secret. I mean, and the thing about it is, even if it comes out and say, well, Tracy knew. Why Tracy didn't tell you? She's supposed to be your girl. Angel knew. Why Angel didn't tell you? She was your girl. She knew what took place. Why she didn't tell you? Now here we go.
Now that's gonna be real ugly.
Now it's all messy. You're right.
That's how it should be.
I watched the ID channel.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, move in silence. But some people don't know how to move in silence. Some people, they gotta have somebody with them. They gotta, and then if they ain't nobody with them, they gonna come back and tell. Somebody gonna tell somebody. Men do more telling than women, I believe. Men tell their bestie, men tell their road dog stuff that they did or plan on doing before women tell. Women hold that and keep that to themselves. They do not let information come out. I do know that for a fact.
But as a friend, as a real genuine friend, you have to pick and choose on what it is that you want to hold, because you can't burden your soul with somebody else's demons. Like you cannot. I will not allow that to happen.
Nope. Nope. And I often tell my friends, this is what I will do though. I will do this. If I see my friend's husband come in with another woman, I'm taking a picture and I'm calling her. And I'm going to send it to her. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't even know who she is. But I'm going to tell that part. Because at the end of the day, you saw me when you walked through them doors.
I've actually had that happen to me before. In real life, I've had that happen to me. They call me like, girl, I seen him. Well, da, 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 da. And it was so funny because I was like, yeah, I know. It was my baby sister.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, girl, who is this? I am going to take a picture.
Right. I sent them. But thank you for looking out. See, I know I can count on you. If some shady stuff is happening, you going to let a sister know. Appreciate you.
And then I'm going to walk up to him and ask him, who is that? Who is this right? Who this right here? Because I will let your wife know. I'm not playing that because you stop it before it starts, or you stop it because you don't want to be a part of it. Because you gonna go back home and say, "Hey, I saw Sandy. Sandy was at the club, or Sandy."
But by you saying, not even just seeing him or taking a picture, by you speaking to him and acknowledging him makes him acknowledge that you seen what was going on.
I'm taking a picture, Tracy.
Tracy said she ain't doing that either.
Tracy said she ain't doing that, but she gonna go over and ask him what he doing. But I'm gonna take a picture. That's what I'm gonna do. And you're best to be coming up with something, some kind of something real good. Because I'm telling you don't want that happening to you.
Exactly.
You don't want it happening to you. There is no way that anybody wants that happening to them. So I'm gonna try to nip that bud before it even starts, because I don't even know where it's going. But here's my thing. You got to be my friend. Let me get
For sure.
Let me get
Yeah.
that straight. You got to be my friend. Now, if it's somebody that I've seen and I know you from somewhere, whatever, I don't care what you do because you ain't my friend.
Right.
That don't bother. I ain't bothering. Go ahead, do what you do. But if you my friend, yes. And I don't use that term friend lightly.
She said, but why we not telling her business, but telling his business?
Well, her business. We gonna make sure she ain't doing that. That's what I said. We gonna
right. We ain't gonna even get into that.
We're gonna make sure that she don't go off. But if she does go off and things happen, and then she come back and want to tell you. Now
I can agree with you though, Tracy. A lot of women, they know who their men are. A lot of men know who their women are. They know, it is what it is. Like,
what up,
you see, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you see them out and you see them out with several people, you 9 times out of 10 know, like, oh, that person know. It's just some things that you just shouldn't get yourself into. A lot of people just involve themselves because they just want to be nosy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing, but you trying to dump something wrong on my lap when you made a decision, like I'm like you, if I can catch you right at the beginning, we're not doing that. We hold hands, we walked in the club, we're going to the bathroom together, because that's what us girls, ladies do.
Right.
Then we leave it, we get our drinks, we gonna laugh or talk about whatever we're gonna do. Then we're gonna get on in our car, and what you do after that, I don't got nothing to do with it.
But if you my girl, I'm gonna try to prevent that from happening.
For sure.
If you ain't my friend and your husband walk in with somebody, I don't care. That's on you and him. I just know you. I know you and I know her. You're not my friend. There is a difference. There is a huge difference. I am not gonna let my Betsy do my best to not let my Betsy go out around the corner to a hotel real quick or wherever and do something she ain't got no business that she will regret later on. And I know about it.
And that's wise. In friendships, generally, especially if you booed up or if you coupled up and you ain't single and your girlfriends generally probably are not, because you're in a relationship, they probably in one. That's just not gonna happen anyway, because you're friends with her and you're friends with him. You respect her and you respect him and you respect their relationship. And so, no.
Don't now what you do away from around me, that's your business. Don't come back to me. Please don't tell me.
I want no parts.
And then tell me something. You got to keep a secret. Girl, I'm about to tell you something, but you can't.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not about to tell me. No, you're not. You better go get your journal and write it down. No, you're not about to tell me that.
Like said, yeah, you better go tell somebody else. Or you better, talk in your house where ain't nobody listening but Alexa.
Look, you ain't dumping that trash off in my garden.
I'm just saying. I love my friends, and I'm gonna make sure my friends keep everything in a nice perspective way that we can maintain that friendship. And once again, my friendship is small. My friend list is small.
Small, yeah. And there's a amount of accountability that has to happen with that title. And so with that title, friendship, there comes some accountability. As a friend, I should be able to call you on your mess. You should be able to call me on my mess.
Right.
I should feel a certain way and be able to talk to you about it. You should feel a way and be able to talk to me about it.
Right.
So those situations are things that I'm saying I don't want to partake in. I don't want you telling me nothing like that. That's not, because I'm not that friend.
So if we out and we kicking it, we with the girls, and if I decide to give this fine, handsome chocolate piece of a specimen a lap dance, are you gonna keep that a secret? Are you gonna tell? Are you gonna tell? Because we out kicking it, having fun. We having a good time, a great time. I mean, and all I'm doing is going, you give not even maybe a lap dance, but just twerking in front of them. I mean, would you tell? Or would you be in
all having fun?
We having a good time with couples. It's couples night, and then everybody feeling themselves. Oh, I remember when Sandy was dancing at that club and gave that man. She was dancing in front of that man, and then here go my man or my husband or my boo or my fiance or whatever. Like who? What? You did who?
What happened? Back then, Back the story up.
Secrets. They come in all shapes, forms, and fashions.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Angel says she still ain't telling. I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's what my girl said. What you gonna do? Don't make this complicated. You know, so don't make it complicated. Don't make the friendship complicated. But I'm gonna tell you,
but mind your business.
if I see you walk in and you are my friend, listen to what I'm saying, people. You are my friend. I will be taking a picture of your husband walking in with somebody. I am, and then I'm going to ask him, "What are you doing?" And I'm gonna show him the picture. If he doesn't have, if he don't have a legitimate, real good one, it better be good. I'm telling, because you ain't about to, you ain't about to break my friend heart because you out here doing some trifling stuff.
You could just go ahead and video call her and then walk up to her like, "Hey, look who I'm here with."
Look, you right, Tracy. Tracy said before the night's even over with, somebody gonna tell it because somebody else in the club gonna make the call. You ain't even got
to listen. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no problem. They want to be involved
because but this is what I say about that too, Tracy. They gonna tell, but they're not your friend. You know, they're not your friend. They gonna tell because they want to see something. They want to
be involved. They want to be involved.
They want it to break up. They don't want you to be together in the first place because
they want drama
with you. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna do it because I don't want my friend to be hurt. You know, I don't want my friend to be out here looking stupid or looking crazy. Because I'm gonna tell you, I mean, and I say this and because it happened to me. It happened to me. There were a lot of people that I knew supposed to have been my friends, saw what my ex was doing, but never came back and said nothing, never told, but you're smiling in my face, he here, but you can't tell me what's going on. No, guess what? That's why my box is so small and I only got a few people in it. Because I had to cut some people off, like a whole lot of people off, a whole lot of them off. So the end. I wouldn't want it to happen. We didn't want it to happen to me, but it did. So I don't want it to happen to somebody else. Making sure that my friends don't get hurt.
Hey, they say, "Bro, where your wife?"
Yeah, where your wife? Right up
and she got ignorant with it, walked up with him like, "Where your wife at? Who is this?" That's for sure, Angel. Yes.
If you are a friend, remember we using this word. I don't use it lightly. We're talking about real ride or die friends.
Yeah.
If I see you in the club with somebody and you are not my friend, I don't give a bull crap what you do. That's your life. I ain't in it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. My kids don't call you auntie. You know, I ain't walking around here saying sis. No. I'm not doing that. No. I'm telling y'all, your friend would stand by her man. She probably will. That's fine. But you got to know your friends too.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. That plays an important piece.
And he probably will try to, build a wedge between you and her. That's what they do. We just said that men do things a little bit differently than we do.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if they know you, trust me when I tell you, if they know you ain't off for no mess. They know
exactly. And so flipping that, when he do see that you in there, they gonna be like, "Oh, let's go. Her friend in here. I already know how she is."
Right.
If he on some shady like that.
And you're right, Angel. Can't say I didn't tell you, can't say I didn't warn you. But you're right, Shanice, you're absolutely correct. That if you are going back, Tracy, because you said her husband is your friend too. So if y'all are friends and y'all tight, he know you ain't on no mess. She know you ain't gonna be on no mess.
So as soon as that I look over, he see you. Oh, we gotta go.
They know you ain't on no mess. They know how you are.
Yep.
My friends know already. I tell them. I told their husbands.
It ain't no secret.
It ain't no secret. You better not tell me. You better not let me know. And I better not see it. Because I am telling. I told all of them. But once again, friends.
Yeah. You got to be on that level with that person. So when you tell them, they're not shocked because you already done told them.
Exactly.
I'm not that friend that's gonna be quiet. If you don't tell them I'm not the friend that's gonna be quiet, then don't let me see no mess.
Right. Don't let me see it. So secrets. How good at you at keeping secrets? And motivator. Who is the motivator and how do you keep the relationship motivated? Who motivates the motivator? But what if the couple decide to take a break?
But if you're a friend, she gonna tell you that. If you her friend, you gonna already know that.
Yeah, you'll know that beforehand. You'll know that. So the question is, if you know that, and then what you decide to do while they trying to work it out, how much are you willing to let your friend do while they trying to work it out? My recommendation is trying to work it out is not trying to go sleep with somebody else and be with somebody else while you trying to work your thing out with your mate.
And that's a conversation that me and her is gonna have because she don't be as her friend. She gonna be not telling me like, hey, we taking a little break, yada yada yada. And then I'm gonna be like, well, are y'all taking a break where y'all seeing other people, or y'all taking a break where y'all just trying to get y'all head right? You know what I mean? Like this is the conversation I'm gonna have so that if I do, you know what I'm saying, like you saying you see them out, we've had that conversation. I kind of know.
Because my thing is,
Angel said it's not her business. Angel said not my business. Not my business.
My thing is, while you working on it, you need to work on yourself. And I don't mean trying to work on going out.
That's what a lot of people say, but then that ain't what they be doing. But hey, to each his own.
Working on you trying to work on yourself, but going out there sleeping with somebody,
trying to work on somebody else.
Yeah, you trying to work with and on somebody else. Some things you need to check yourself. Find yourself first. Work on yourself before you try to move to go somewhere else and do something with somebody else. Then you're not working on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not working on it. You're working on something else.
You better keep what you got for you fool around and get something you don't want
or don't need. Don't need. Y'all know what time it is. Hey,
yes,
it's been fun. The conversation is nice. But if you're in a relationship and you're married and you got a partner or whatever, who keeps the relationship motivated? There's a balance.
And if it's not you, then how about you start? Switch it up a little bit. Switch it up.
Right. Step up and be the motivator sometime. Do what you need to do in order to make it work, in order to keep it spicy, not so stale. Step out on a limb sometime, but communicate and talk about it. But also have that same talk with your bestie about keeping them secrets because they gonna know you. And I heard friends don't let friends drive drunk. They drink with them. Woo!
All right.
But we ain't drinking to get drunk either.
And on that note,
she
said, I just need to get on the relationship. Hey,
it's coming. Sometimes we got to be patient.
In due time.
Yeah, we got to be patient. Trust me, I know. Patience is a virtue. Trust me, I know. But y'all know what time it is. It's about that
positive quotes.
Positive
quotes. We want to let you know you need to go to the website or go to the Facebook page, Tuck Radio. We're always posting stuff that's going on so that you can stay in the loop, in the know.
Yeah.
It's getting warmer out. The sun's, shining. We're getting a little bit more light, so people want to be outside. Activities are happening. So go to the Tuck Radio page.
Yes.
All the details on everything that's happening.
Everything that's happening. We got a lot of events coming up this Saturday. If you need some chocolate laughter in your life, it'll be posted. Go to the Out the Way bar. I will put it on the page again today as soon as we get out. So check it out. There's a lot of things going on. So grown and sexy, no excuse. You ain't got to stay home. There are things that are happening. The weather is breaking. So y'all do what you got to do. Make it happen.
That's right, for sure.
Be the motivator. Be the motivator in your relationship. How about
that? Yes. So my positive quote is gonna be that you always pass failure on the way to success. So always have a successful mindset in all things, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's you working on yourself, regardless. So keep that mindset. Always pass your failure on the way to success. Use that for whatever may be happening in your life.
Love you too, Angel Archer.
You're fun, hun. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And y'all know we like to keep it 100 on here. We like to do things out of the norm. We like to talk about things out of the norm. You know, I know relationships and sex are hot topics with anybody. And maybe next week we might talk about sex. You know, does size matter?
Ooh, spicy. Let's
So,
check back now.
once again, who motivates the motivator? You know, some things you can do, you know. But anyway, we'll talk about that next week. So, positive quotes. Y'all know me. I love you. Keep it moving no matter what. Things are not going to always go your way, but you got to make the best of it at all times. So, continue to move forward. And as it says, look to the hills because all your help, that's where it comes from. At the end of the day, positive in, positive out. And for sure, it's always, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm blessed for a reason. It's always better to give than it is to receive. And we'll see you next week.
Bye. See you next week.